welcome back to yet another custom showcase video. This time we have the one and only Treadshot as the winner of the poll on the Instagram. So a little backstory of how and why he is in Shattered Timeline, because this is how he appears in how he'll appear in Shattered Timeline. We have this figure specifically because finding the original Treadshot is absolutely painful and the bane of my existence, so getting this custom was just a bit easier. This is specifically the 86 Jazz mold. It's actually the G2 Jazz mold. A little bit of a... Let me put Treadshot over here so I can put a picture up and you have them side by side. And that's what the base figure looks like. And you can kind of see a bit of the figure poking through the paint a little bit. I still am yet to get my hands on varnish, but it's hard to find. So, this is how he appears in Shattered Timeline Part 1. Originally, he was going to be voiced by me, but I actually reached out to Mr. Crosshair's Productions for the voice initially, and just assumed he wouldn't do it, but then he actually did do it, and he has actually recorded lines for Mr. Treadshot in Shattered Timeline Part 1. So he will be Shattered Timeline. So everybody please leave a comment saying a big thank you to the man who did it, the man behind the reason that Treadshot's actually in it. So yeah, so the 86 Jazz mold is it was just easier to come across, and this was always... Treadshot was always going to be in the project. Now, this isn't necessarily a perfect replica. I know that most Treadshots don't appear this specific blue color. This is more like a peacock blue kind of color. I believe original Treadshot appears more purple on screen than anything. So the blue isn't an exact replica, but it was more about the color the color placement matching and getting that very close to correct. I even went as far as to do, if you look at Treadshot Originals, which I'll put on the screen, he has this sort of gray silver part that goes all the way down his back. And I've even gone as far as to put a little bit up here as well. So I've tried mirroring the original as much as possible. It's not an exact replica, but it is very, very close. He's not... this was my first ever custom. And like I said in the Megatron custom video, I am terrible with customs. I've gotten better in time, and when we get to more recent customs, you'll see that I'm much better. But he is, he's not necessarily bad, but he is just, it just shows that I'm not... my customs actually show over time that I've gotten better with doing so. Basically, he holds the same articulation as Jazz, and you can see that I need to put some water on the tires so that I can get the paint off the tires, but this will all be right before filming. Once I have everything I need for filming, I will start. I promise. I'm not just getting all of this done for the sake of it. It will happen. But Treadshot does actually come with some accessories. So I've given him the blaster that comes with the G2 Jazz mold, which is quite, it's unchanged. There's nothing that's changed about it. It's the same gun that comes with G2 Jazz. So I'll put that in Treadshot's hand there. And he also comes with an axe, this is the Combiner Wars axe, because I have a few Combiner Wars figures, and I think this one's the Ironhide one, because my Ironhide has had toy hex stickers and is now smolder, so his axe was kind of not needed. So I chose to give it to Treadshot, and I painted it orange just so it represents an Energon axe. And this is how Treadshot's quite displayed on my shelf. He's stands with his axe and his gun in his left hand because he is in fact left-handed. But I do, as much as I say I'm terrible when it comes to painting and, you know, doing things like this, I'm actually quite proud of how it looks if you don't look at the back of his legs. These little details where the paint is chipped will be redone when I have access to varnish, much the same with the Megatron. I will redo everything and then give it a coat of varnish. I'll give it a coat of varnish, and then everybody will go into filming, and probably, you know, mid-shoot applications of paint will also happen as well. But this is Treadshot robot mode, so let's move on and do his vehicle mode next and show that off. Here we have Treadshot in vehicle mode. Much the same with this problem. A lot of the paint has chipped off or bled through, so once again varnish stops hiding from me, I will go out and, you know, fix him up a little bit just to make him look a bit more nicer and presentable. But in saying that, he actually does look really nice as the 86 Jazz Mold. I quite enjoy how this actually looks vehicle mode wise, if you take yourself away from all the paint scuffing. He's actually quite beautiful in vehicle mode. So a lot of the silver accents were done just using a Sharpie, and then all the rest of it was paint with just acrylic paint. And you know what, too, if I ever get my hands on a Treadshot original, I will post pictures of both of them up against each other and just see what one's better. I will probably say the other one would be better than mine, but for what it's worth and what I'm trying to get out of it, he actually looks really, really nice. So I'm not actually upset with it. Like, obviously the back looks a bit iffy because of the way his legs are, and they, you know, undercarriage looks a bit iffy. But once I've fixed him up, before filming, he will actually look really nice. But there isn't much else I can say about Treadshot, as he is a bit of a smaller character. In the first part, he will have a bigger role from part 2 onwards. So this is where it gets interesting for this little bit of backstory behind it. So Crosshairs will voice him in part 1 as a little bit of a smaller role, and then I will take over officially after that, from there onwards. So he will start small, and then he will move on to be a bigger role. But that's everything I have for the vehicle mode, so we'll move back and we have Treadshot finished off. So, like I did last time, I will put this up, and there will be pictures as well, possibly, if I can be bothered putting the pictures up. And so a new voting will happen in the next couple hours after the video has gone up, for everybody to vote for their next custom. Now, I am slowly working on a few customs. Some are currently in the works, so there's going to be about 2 or 3 options, and once we get through those options, if the customs haven't been done, I'll pause the custom videos for the time being, and then we'll continue up once the customs have actually, started rolling in again, because there are a few in the works, and I'm excited for the next few that I'm gonna do, but obviously I can't say for certain for everything. But yeah, we'll go on, and please vote down in the comment. Please vote, on the Instagram. Leave a comment about what you thought of it, what you think I could do better. And even tell me, if you have questions about it, leave it in the comments and I'll answer them. But that's everything I've got for you. So goodbye.